Death to all Haninda! Ruin to the vile mystery labyrinth! This is our answer! Curetto, case closed!
Yeah, that's it. We've got the intro for the new podcast. Hello, Gold Star listeners, and welcome to Cure of the What Now? I Detect a Clue. The one show where we know, how do you not know you time traveled 28 years back in the past? The buildings would be different, the phones would be different. You would mention something about like, hey, have you heard the new Skibbity toilet? And they'd be like, what is that? And you'd be like, you live in such a blessed time.
Oh god, the brain rot would just be enormous.
Absolutely. This is a show where we review whatever the heck we feel like, and today we're reviewing the first episode of Star Detective PreCure. Also, I'm your host, Joel, and I have solved the case of where did all of the cookies go? From the crumbs on my face, from the fact that there is a trail leading to where I do all of my video editing and my computer programming, I have deduced it was the cat, and I'm innocent.
You know, I'm glad you investigated yourself and found yourself not guilty.
Right.
Similar to all major publishing houses and legal institutions, right? I'm your co-host, Kat, and I had time travel thrust upon me, but it's okay, because now I got this cute panda thing. Is it a panda? It's got wings.
It's like
baby,
a panda, yeah.
But it's soft and cute, and that makes it fine.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is a quick review of the first episode of Star Detective PreCure.
Taking bets now as to whether or not this will be more than 30 minutes or not.
Holy shit, I'm in love with this series already.
Yeah?
I hope it lives up to the first episode, but this was such a strong opener. The girls, stupid. The premise, good. The generals, hot. Do you know how exciting I find the Phantom Thief idea? The first thing I ever wrote was about a sexy thief man, and I've been writing sexy thieves since then. That was when I was like 10. I am on board.
You have your specialty, and you haven't strayed from it.
Stealing things is cool if they weren't being appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, all art is inspired by other art, so, like, essentially everything is stolen.
Sorry, I meant Phantom Thieves are sexy because literally stealing things is okay.
Oh, yes.
That's not legal advice.
That's not, yeah, absolutely. Don't quote us in court. We also, I wouldn't say that we're idiots, you're very smart, but, like, overall, in terms of, like, general knowledge, I'd say that maybe don't listen to us. You know, we generally don't know things.
When it comes to the law, for sure. Part of the issue is that my philosophy with the law is, A, it's only against the law if there are people who care to enforce that law, and B, it's only against the law if it's not a stupid law. Joel's looking at me. I have confessed to nothing.
You have said this on mic, and now everyone will know. I do agree with that first one, though. Like, I've always heard, I'd have to look it up, but I've heard that there's, like, a law in Florida that's, like, it's illegal to look at a naked woman who's holding an orange or something. And, like, that kind of law, like, there are laws that just, like, aren't enforced, so they don't really count.
Mm-hmm. In California, for a long time, it was illegal to go to a car wash and clean your car window with used underpants.
Okay, yeah.
How often did that happen that they had to put a law on the books?
If they check, if they're like, are you using used underpants, and you say no, they're clean underpants.
Does that make it okay?
Yeah. Do you have to present the recently opened wrapper of underpants to show that that's what you were using?
Point being, I'm a gremlin who probably can't exist in a polite society, so you shouldn't take legal advice from me because my advice will be, it's probably fine.
This show needs a Purin. This show needs a chaos gremlin who is always trying to, like, do crimes, and the rest of the team have to keep reeling them back in.
Oh, I love that.
A semi-reformed Phantom Thief.
So we found out in this episode, actually, before I go into that, why don't you give us a succinct summary of what we just saw?
The succinct summary. And I don't even know characters' names. I think Anna is the main girl. There's a girl, Anna. She's from 2027. She's about to celebrate her birthday. She's a good detective. She finds a pendant. She gets attacked by a fairy. The fairy tries to, like, face hug her. And then she slips and she gets transported back in time. She meets a girl who wants to take a detective test. They become close friends.
No! I had such a funny intro for this one. Do you remember 12 years ago, I looked at you, Joel. I looked at you and I said, I'm an amazing detective / genius because I'd solved some problem. And you went, you're not a detective. You detected your own bullshit is what you did. That popped up on my Facebook memories 2 days ago. And I went, I'm holding on to that. I'm going to use it for my intro. I'm going to go, hi, I'm Kat and I detected my own bullshit. And I forgot. Anyway, back to the succinct summary. I'm furious.
I don't even remember. She goes back in time. She finds another girl whose name is Girl, and it turns out that Girl wants to become a detective. She mistakes Anna for like the one who's giving the test and thinks that she has to pass some test.
She has a fairy with her.
Yeah, fairies indicate detective status, I guess. It's like a gun and a badge when you get promoted in the police academy or whatever. And then they solved the case of where a missing wedding tiara went, and the woman who did it was actually a phantom thief in disguise. They get real scared because he summons a 30-foot tall monster, and they decide that detectives are the people who need to fight summoned 30-foot... I mean, more like 10 feet tall, but they decide they need to do something, and then they transform, and there's a fight scene, and then Anna realizes that she's stuck in 1999, which is not the year that she was in this morning.
No, or the month. She's in April...
Yeah.
1999, and she was in January 2027. And I don't know if that's going to be relevant. My guess is that it's the other character's 14th birthday today. She somehow has failed to mention that because she was distracted by the detective stuff. But she got sent back to this character's 14th birthday on her 14th birthday.
Yeah, they're linked by fate somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, and that has been your succinct summary.
Fantastic succinct summary, my love. I have pulled up the names of the people. So we've got... No, where did her street clothes go? Heck.
Where did her street clothes go? Kind of sounds like she's suddenly naked.
All right, you know what? We're going to call them... Oh, there it is. Okay.
She's Anna. I know she is for a fact.
Shiga Higari. Oh, that's her voice actor. Yeah, anyway, her name's Anna.
Wait, hang on. I can solve this. Shoobity boop. So I was right. Main girl is Anna, and the girl I identified as Girl is actually named Mikuru. So I'm going to remember that as Miracle. Miku. Yeah.
Yes. And then the little panda's name
is Poochie-tan.
Poochie-tan?
And it says Poochie Poochie or something.
And the greatest character of all time. The greatest of all time. Anything. What,
Niji?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Niji?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is really excited to put on a show. He's got this, bat-themed outfit, so he's got a little bat wing on his hat, and his cape looks like bat wings.
He stole that from Chokorine.
Of course.
She's like, I'm done with my season, so here, I pass the bat headset to you.
A baton. There's a baton pass for the generals. We just don't see it. But the girls get caught up in this mystery of who stole a woman's tiara, and they deduce who it was, and then that person starts clapping and goes, haha, wasn't my disguise great though? And rips off their face to reveal my boy. And then he runs away. They catch up to him. He goes, I'll fight you for this little gem thing. I would like to keep it, please. And they win. And they turn into Cure Answer and Cure Mystique.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think of the Cure designs?
They're a bit busy for me. Hang on, let me actually pull up the pic. Here's the thing. It's just, where's the thing? It's completely slipped out of my head. I just watched this episode. Literally, we watched it, you brewed a cup of tea, we sat down, we recorded, and I've already forgotten. The end of her hair are hearts. That's kind of the main Cure. Yeah,
the Anna is purple, Cure Answer, and then the other one, Mystique, is pink.
For the rest of this series, for every episode, if we review any more, please see our previous You and Idol finale episode, but basically we're not sure if we're going to continue covering this show. For as long as I live, I'm going to get them confused. I'm going to think that Mystique is the main Cure because she punk. And I'm going to think that Cure Answer is the best friend character because she purple.
Because she porple.
Porple, thank you. I needed a way to say it funny too.
They both O's.
Yeah, I realize that now. Mm-hmm. But that's not a very good Caesar cipher because the I gets shifted into an O, so the U should be shifted into something else.
It's not a Caesar cipher. It's a Catherine cipher. And in Catherine ciphers, the first vowel gets shifted into an O.
That's why my name is Joel.
That's
why.
Yeah,
it was Joel, and then it gets transformed through the cat cipher into Joel.
Absolutely. Or the cot cipher.
Yes, absolutely. We can't forget. The caught Sofer.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. They remind me, especially the pink one, of the Delicious Girls. That's a weird way to say that. The delicious party PreCure.
I think our fans knew what we meant.
I know that our fans know what we meant, but it weirded me out to say.
I really like their ties. You're the one who pointed out that they have the little ties, and that's adorable. I like their shoulder ribbons, their shoulder pads. I don't know.
Yeah, their skirts are clocks, which is kind of fun.
Yes, there's a huge clock theme here, and I wonder if that's just because of the time travel, or if there's going to be. I guess. We'll see. I guess.
Here's my theory.
Yeah.
So we find out from the bad guy that if you love an object enough, it can attract these fancy gems.
Yes, Higachi Akuda.
They're trying to collect, and I think that the time theme is tied in with the love theme because love transcends time. So there was a fan theory that podcast listener AU mentioned in our Discord. Spoilers, sort of, for a fan theory?
If they're right, it's spoilers.
I was telling Joel earlier today that I was irritated that I didn't have the chance to think about it myself, but having now seen the episode, I would have clocked it immediately. But there's a fan theory that Anna's mom has
got it going on.
Is Cure Mystique.
Okay.
And they have the same hair color, and their outfits are the same color, and, like, I think that would make sense. So, like, she's probably going to have to go back to her own time, and Cure Mystique is going to be like, well, I'll find you again in the future because our love is, it transcends time. And then it'll turn out to be your mom.
And it will technically not be weird because A, they haven't shared an on-screen kiss, and B, technically then say, like, what kind of love? And so, like, she goes back in time and, like, or goes back to the future, and it turns out that the love has just become a mother's love for her daughter.
Absolutely, yeah. Also, I think there's probably going to be some memory loss thing. Like, to defeat the bad guy, they have to let their memories be stolen, and that's why she doesn't remember being Cure Mystique in the future.
Okay, yeah. And then she's going to go back to her time, and she's going to be like, I feel like I had like a year's worth of adventures. How did that happen?
No, sorry, Cure Mystique is the mom.
I know, but Anna is also going to go back to the future, and she's going to also forget, potentially. But then they're going to, like, solve a mystery together, and they'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, see, I imagined only her mom losing her
Mystique
memories.
loses the memories. Okay.
Yeah, although we did find out that Mystique is really good at, like, thinking through puzzles and detectiving things, and the mom doesn't seem to do that, so...
Yeah.
Maybe you can only be a detective if you're a teenager. Maybe it doesn't work for adults.
Also, potential bubble in this theory, and I'm sure that the collective online hive mind has figured it out. I think that if she says, my name is Mikuru, and then that's the name of Anna's mom, I would expect Anna to be like, oh, that's a weird coincidence. She doesn't have to, like, immediately clock, wait, you're my mom, and I traveled back in time, but she could just be like, oh, that's weird.
She gets so much amnesia that she doesn't even remember her own name. And she starts a new life. Oh, she changes a different... Okay.
Incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Is there anything that you predict, like, directions this show will be going?
So in Dragon Ball Z,
oh dear.
During the Cell Saga, Trunks comes back in time from the future. He's the son of Vegeta and Bulma, and he's the second Super Saiyan to appear in the series, even though canonically I guess he would be the third based off of that timeline, or the fourth. He goes back in time to prevent the androids from being born. And then he finds out that by time traveling, he changed the timeline, and now there's another android called Cell, who's much more evil and much more dastardly than the androids he went back in time to stop. He's there for the whole adventure. He's there for when Cell is defeated, and then he goes back to the future, and Cell's there. And he basically goes, I knew you'd be here, because I saw you back in the past, and he's able to defeat Cell in his imperfect form before Cell is able to obtain perfect form and become too powerful for Trunks to defeat. All of that to say, to take that long story and condense it down, at the end of the series, Anna is going to go back to 2027, and the Phantom Thieves are going to show up again, but she's going to have been prepared for it. She'll be like, I already knew. Like, I solved this secondary mystery, and I've been holding on to this piece of information.
I love that. And then she'll say, I've been to the year 3000. Not much has changed, but they live underwater, and your great-great-great-granddaughter is doing fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I took a trip to the year 3000.
Can they only travel back in time? I mean, obviously you can travel back to the future where you were, but can she go to the year 2040?
I think no.
Okay.
I think that the version of, was it Pochitan?
Pochitan, yeah.
I think the version of Pochitan that sent her back, because we know it was older. There's a line about, like, it's a baby, that's why it can't talk. And she's like, but it was talking earlier. But I think Pochitan was like, oh yeah, I gotta send Anna back to meet the other one. His name we will remember someday. But I gotta send Anna
Mikuru,
back.
She's a miracle.
Thank you. I gotta send Anna back.
And nobody come at me and tell me that it's Mirakuru, okay? I've seen the Arrow seasons 1 and 2. I know it's Mirakuru. But Mikuru is so close, it's just going to be Miracle in my head.
I know exactly who that was for.
Go on. Not about who that's for. Go back to your original
But anyway,
thought.
I was just saying, like, if they could travel forward in time, somebody else probably could have come to get her.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. We're going to find out that there's much more going on here than we thought. How do you feel about the mystery aspect, like the detectiving aspect?
I like it a lot. I feel like the music is really good. I feel like we've solved the case. It gives me Danganronpa vibes without any of the violence, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay, pardon me. Do you feel that the show is going to give us mysteries and enough information to solve the case before they do, or is it just going to be a backdrop setting for them meeting new characters?
I don't know. I think from this first episode, we will be able to solve mysteries alongside them.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think we should have been able to solve this mystery while we were watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Then again, I am very bad at Danganronpa and Dead Detective Society, whatever it's called.
But hey, baby, hey.
Yeah.
You are so good at cutting through those words.
Absolutely. Please help me. What's the other one called? Detective Raincoat. I'm also bad at Detective Raincoat.
I knew from the very first moment what the end game for that story was going to be because I'm a genius.
Absolutely. And you can detect your own bullshit, which is a skill that not many people have. So here's something that I picked up on that I thought was kind of interesting. The general we meet in this episode is named Niji, and the Crunchyroll subtitles put it as Nijee. I don't know how the katakana would work for that name, because I think there would be a different kanji for Ji versus Jee, so I don't know. However, that's also how you would say 2 o'clock, and we already have a time theme, so I'm very curious if the next couple of generals we meet are going to be Ichiji and Sanji. And I'm going to be very happy if there's a Sanji in this series.
That'd be fun. Their attacks are 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Or not attacks, while they're transforming.
And then 12 o'clock is like you and I together holding hands or something.
It's like facing each other.
It's something really subtextual, something that could have rich subtext there for the people who go digging for it.
Sometimes girls can just be friends. I'm going to lean really hard onto they're just friends for a while.
Because
just in case it's her mom. Just in case. We gotta cover our bases, you know?
We don't want an Usami drop over here.
Wasn't it Usagi?
I don't know.
That's
maybe.
Bunny.
That's why I thought it. Oh, I see. Usagi. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited for this season. The closing was a banger.
Yeah, it was great.
Animation is fun. They kept the very expressive faces from You and Idol.
Yes. I like the Mikuru's aside when she's like starts like talking to herself and she like the camera zooms in on her. Like she really thinks she's the main character of this series, only to not realize that it's the time traveler who's actually, if we had another season, like Manatsu was the main cure and it was Laura, who came from another world, who was like the interesting character, but not the main character. So really, we've been misled. Mikuru is the main character, and Anna, the time traveler, is the special, like, fairy cure. That's why their colors are backwards. That's why Anna's purple and the other one is punk. I figured it out. I solved this case.
Did you detect the answer? Tell me you detected it.
I detected the answer.
You detected some bullshit.
That cannot be a joke that we make 7 times every episode. I will edit it out. I will find ways to change our words so that it doesn't happen.
I'll fight you. I'll sneak under your desk, and then when you sit down to edit, if I hear you deleting something, I'll jump out and I'll go, bite!
Which of the 2 girls did you like better of the 2 main ones?
Anna.
Okay.
She's got more energy. The other one is a little bit more serious. Like, you can tell this really matters to her, and she's, like, taking her time, and she's making notes and stuff. But sometimes you just gotta, full speed ahead, jump into the thing. My legs moved before I knew what I was doing. Deku it.
I think I like Mikuru better, and I don't know if you remember, but I predicted that the main Cure would want to be a detective, but wouldn't be very good at it, and the other Cures would have to pick up the slack. I think I got it kind of right. I think that's Mikuru's thing, because she, quickly jumped to, you put the tiara under your hat. I think maybe she was just posing it as a question. But I feel like she's the enthusiastic one who will make mistakes. And right. I think that Anna's going to be the one who is like, now hang on, let's take a deep breath and really consider it.
I always get these mixed up, but main character and protagonist. One of those is the story is told through this person's eyes. I think that's main character. And the other one is this person is going through growth by the end of the story. And
this
the story
character who's driving the story and stuff.
Yeah, the story is about their journey. So I would say Mikuru is probably the protagonist and Anna is the main character. Similar to how in Diamond is Unbreakable, little guy, Kokichi was the main character.
He thought he was the main character.
Yeah, no, he was the protagonist, sorry. And the other guy was the main character, Jotaro.
Huh. So I did just do a quick Google, and you got it exactly right. Main character story is told from their point of view, and then protagonist is the driver of the conflict. So I guess you're right that Anna would be... No, she would be both, wouldn't she? Because she's the one who's trying to figure out how to go back in time.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen the core shape the story is going to take yet. We've got a couple more episodes. It could be that the main conflict is her trying to get back to her time, but it could easily also be Mikuru trying to learn to be a detective.
Okay, and then Anna kind of becomes this mentor figure because apparently she's really good at.
She's got the power of autism. I'm headcanoning her. She is autistic representation. I'm putting her in that bucket, and nobody can stop me.
No, absolutely. Headcanons are valuable. Do you have any prediction? I feel like you covered it a bit, or do you have any kind of...
No, I feel like that's all the predictions I have.
What's the third Cure in the closings? What's her thing going to be? Is she going to be the established PreCure? Is she going to be another junior who's joining the academy?
Now, if I had looked at the website ahead of answering this question, I could just tell you, because I know. But I know they put it on the website. But from the episode, we know that the PreCure are an established force. Fairies are just a known part of being a detective. So I think she's going to be the established PreCure that Niji referred to when he was they don't look like her.
Yeah, they're different than her. Does that mean... Okay. The girls turn into lasers, which was super cool.
Girls can be lasers if they want.
Yeah. They run so fast that they turn into a laser. There was another part when they were going to do a punch, and they both had one eye that kind of lit up a little bit. It's not quite the thing that I like, where it's half the face in black and you see the star. Witchy had a moment of that looked incredible. Or maybe that was... Yeah, it was either Witchy or it was the sequel to Witchy. And then they do a big kick... And the Zetsuborg goes flying into the sky, and there's a shockwave and a sonic boom. That was cool. That was really cool.
I don't know if you keep my wife is kicking her leggies count, but I feel like I had a few of those moments during this episode.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm not a trained detective. I don't always detect when you're doing the leg kickies. Afterwards, you'll be like, did you see how hard I was kicking my legs? And it's no, I knew you were excited, but I didn't know you were doing the legs.
It's wild. I don't do that for attention. That's a natural thing, but I just always assume that you'll notice because, it's pretty obtrusive. And then I go, how did anyone think I was neurotypical?
Because neurodivergency wasn't invented until...
They couldn't detect my autism.
Absolutely. And that has been your final thought. Outro goes here. Hey, if you're listening on YouTube, put in the comments what you would give up for us to continue covering Star Detective PreCure. Would it be your left leg? Would it be your life savings? Would it be the soul of the person you cherish most in this world?
I'm not going to say that we're going to steal whatever it is you put in the comments, but...
I'm just saying, if you put it in writing, it's kind of binding depending on who you're talking to.
At that point, it's not even stealing. You offered.
Bye. Well, friends, all journeys must end. And now today's journey has finished, and we must bid you goodbye. We hope you have a good day. We hope you were kind to those around you, and we'll see you again. If you want to contact the show, you can do so at kingofthewhatpod@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on our YouTube channel or rate us on your podcatcher of choice.